There are moments in life when everything feels confusing and chaotic. When the world doesn't make sense and your heart is heavy with questions, it's easy to feel lost. But even in these moments, your faith can be an anchor, a steady hold that keeps you grounded amid the storm. This reflection invites you to cling to that anchor, trusting that God's presence provides stability and peace, even when the path ahead is unclear. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to hold on and trust that God is guiding you through the uncertainty. Have you ever experienced your faith being an anchor during confusing times? When life doesn't make sense, doubt and fear often creep in, threatening to shake your foundation. But faith isn't about knowing everything. It's about trusting God even when you don't understand the why or the how. This reflection encourages you to hold fast to God's promises and to find comfort in His constant presence. Even when questions swirl in your mind and answers seem distant, your faith can provide the strength to persevere. Let God be the anchor that steadies your soul through every season of uncertainty. What promise from God helps you hold on when life feels confusing?
In the midst of life's confusion, God's presence remains a steadfast anchor. He doesn't promise a life without questions or challenges, but He promises to be with you through every uncertainty. This reflection invites you to lean into that promise, trusting that God's guidance is sure even when the way feels unclear. Your faith is not a fleeting feeling but a firm foundation that keeps you grounded. When you anchor your heart in God, you find peace that surpasses understanding, even when the world around you is in turmoil. How can trusting God's presence change your experience of life's uncertainties?
If you are finding rest in His presence, subscribe and hit the bell to continue this journey. Sometimes the hardest part of trusting God in confusion is letting go of control. We want answers and certainty, but God asks us to surrender and believe without seeing the whole picture. This reflection encourages you to release the need for complete understanding and to rest in God's faithful love. Even when life feels unpredictable, God's promises remain true. Holding on to faith in these moments allows your soul to find stability and hope amid chaos. What does it look like for you to let go and trust God's plan when life doesn't make sense?
Life's uncertainties can shake your confidence, but God's faithfulness is a rock you can rely on. When everything seems unstable, God's promises provide a solid foundation for your soul. This reflection invites you to focus on His unwavering love and to remember that He is working all things together for your good. Even when the path ahead is unclear, trusting in God's faithfulness gives you the courage to keep moving forward. Your faith becomes the anchor that steadies you through every storm. What steady truth about God can you hold on to when life feels uncertain? In moments when confusion clouds your mind, God's peace offers clarity and rest. His presence calms the chaos and reassures your heart that you are not alone. This reflection encourages you to pause, breathe, and lean into God's unchanging love. Even when answers are missing and life feels unstable, God's peace can anchor your soul. Trust that His guidance is always near, leading you step by step through the uncertainty with hope and grace. How can resting in God's peace help you navigate life's confusing moments? When life doesn't make sense,
Faith anchors you in the truth that God is always present and faithful. This reflection reminds you that even in confusion and doubt, God's love remains constant, guiding you with steady hands. As this meditation concludes, carry with you the assurance that you don't have to have all the answers to trust God's plan. Your faith is a firm foundation that holds you secure through every uncertainty. Step forward with confidence, knowing that God's peace will continue to guide and sustain you. What is one way you can strengthen your faith to remain anchored during life's uncertainties?